the low block of shame. This is the classic, the original sin, the granddaddy of misery. The low block isn't defending, it's camping. 11 men behind the ball, 2 lines so deep you need a flashlight to find the striker. The opposition has possession, territory, confidence, and absolutely no space. It looks like cowardice, but it's actually control. Because when you defend this deep, you don't need to win the ball high. You just need to survive long enough for the other team to get bored, frustrated, and sloppy. And the best part, the low block doesn't even care if you shoot. Go ahead. Take your 18-yard shot into 12 legs. Take your cross into a center back who's been heading balls since birth. The ugly truth is, it works. 1 counterattack, 1 deflection, 1 set piece, and suddenly the better team is losing to a side that barely left their own box. But there's a dark side. If you concede first, you're finished. Now you actually have to play football, and you don't know how. And once you've watched 90 minutes of this, you'll never look at defensive discipline the same way again. Because the next ugly style doesn't just sit back, it attacks your soul. Anti-football pressing. People think pressing is modern, exciting, aggressive football. Wrong. Pressing can be ugly too, not because it's passive, but because it's violent. This is the we don't want the ball press. Not the elegant win it and build. This is win it and immediately launch it into orbit. Every duel is a foul waiting to happen. Every touch is rushed. Every pass is played like the ball is hot lava. The match stops being a sport and turns into a survival game. No rhythm, no flow, no patterns, just chaos, collisions, and players flying into tackles like they're late for a train. And it works because it deletes quality. You can have better players, better technique, better ideas. But if you never get a clean second on the ball, you can't show any of it. The ugly part? Everyone suffers. Even the team doing it looks miserable. But they don't care. They're not here to create, they're here to disrupt. The risk is obvious. 1 press gets beaten and the whole team is sprinting backwards like they've seen a ghost. And once you've survived that, congratulations, because now you're ready for the most shameless playstyle of all. The one where the ball becomes a suggestion. Terror ball, long ball. This is football reduced to its simplest form. Kick it far, win the second ball, score off the chaos, repeat until the opponent loses their mind. Terror ball isn't direct football, it's psychological warfare. You spend 80 minutes building, probing, passing, creating angles. And then the other team plays 1 pass from the goalkeeper to a 6'4" striker, and suddenly you're defending your life. The ball lives in the sky. Every attack is a coin flip. Every clearance is a chance. Every throw-in is basically a corner kick with extra steps. And the reason it's ugly is because it doesn't care about fairness. It doesn't care about who deserves to win. It only cares about outcomes. Defenders hate it because it's exhausting. You can be perfect all game and still concede to a flick on and a rebound you couldn't predict. Fans hate it because it looks like a team refusing to evolve. But managers love it because it's reliable. It doesn't need confidence. It doesn't need creativity. It just needs aggression and a striker built like a fridge. The danger? If the target man gets locked up, you've got nothing. No plan B, no patterns, just vibes and bruises. But ugly football doesn't stop there, because sometimes the worst style isn't long balls. It's keeping the ball and doing absolutely nothing with it. Sterile possession. This is the playstyle that looks pretty until you realize it's pointless. Sterile possession is when a team has 70% of the ball and still creates 1 shot all match. It's passing for the sake of passing, movement without threat, control without teeth. The ball goes center back, then to the full back, then back again. Then a midfielder drops in, receives, turns, and passes sideways like it's a moral duty. It's not domination, it's procrastination. And it's ugly because it's fake confidence. It's a team hiding behind the ball because attacking means risk. And risk means you might lose. The opposition loves it. They just sit there, watch you play triangle drills, and wait for 1 bad touch. Because sterile possession always ends the same way. A forced pass, a sloppy turnover, and a counterattack that looks like a knife through butter. The worst part, it can still win games. 1 moment of quality, 1 cutback, 1 penalty, and suddenly the stats look professional. But if sterile possession is boring ugly, the next one is emotional ugly. The kind that turns matches into tantrums. Foul and wine football. This is the playstyle where the main tactic is not a formation, it's a complaint. Every time the opponent touches the ball, there's a foul. Every time the referee blows the whistle, there's an argument. Every throw-in becomes a negotiation. Every free kick becomes theater. The team isn't trying to play football, they're trying to make football unplayable. It's constant little kicks, pulls, bumps, accidental stamps, and tactical fouls that reset the match every 12 seconds. And it works because football is a rhythm sport. You need flow to build pressure. You need momentum to overwhelm teams. This style destroys all of that. It turns the match into a stop-start mess where nobody can build anything. The crowd gets angry, the opponents lose their heads, and suddenly you're not playing against 11 players anymore. You're playing against the referee's patience. But the risk is huge. One wrong tackle, 1 second yellow, one moment of rage. And now your master plan is just a red card and regret. And if you think that's ugly, wait until you meet the style that doesn't just foul you, it traps you. Time-wasting masterclass. Time wasting isn't a tactic, it's an art form, a dark art. It starts innocently. A goalkeeper takes an extra 3 seconds. A fullback ties his shoelace. A striker cramps in the 52nd minute like his legs have declared independence. Then it evolves. Throw-ins become archaeology digs. Free kicks become conferences. Substitutions happen like the player is walking through a museum. And the genius of time wasting is that it forces the opponent into desperation. They start rushing. They start forcing shots. They start crossing from 40 yards because their brain is screaming, "We're running out of time." So you don't just waste minutes. You steal decision making. The ugly part is obvious. It's shameless. But it's also effective because the rules allow it. Just enough. The danger? Add too much stoppage time and now you've created a final 10 minutes of pure panic. And speaking of panic, there's an ugly playstyle that lives for that feeling. It doesn't waste time, it wastes your hope. Counterattack terrorism. This is the style where a team says, keep the ball, we don't want it, we want your mistake. Counterattack football is built on patience, suffering, and one brutal sprint. The whole match is bait. The defending team sits compact, absorbs pressure, blocks shots, clears crosses, and waits for that one loose pass. Then it happens. One interception, one touch forward, one pass into space. And suddenly 3 players are running at your back line like it's a jailbreak. It's ugly because it feels unfair. You can dominate everything, you can be better, and still concede because your fullback was 10 yards too high for half a second. The best counterattacking teams don't even look rushed. They look calm, cold, like they've been waiting for this moment all night. But the risk is brutal. If your transitions aren't sharp, you're just defending forever. And eventually, something cracks. Still, ugly football has one more evolution, because sometimes teams don't just counterattack. They weaponize set pieces like it's their entire religion. Set piece FC. This is the playstyle where open play is optional. The team doesn't care if they create chances from movement. They care about corners, free kicks, long throws, second balls. Every attack is designed to end with a dead ball. A shot that gets blocked on purpose, a cross aimed at a defender's shin, a long ball forced into a clearance. Because once the whistle blows, they become a different team. Suddenly, center backs turn into strikers. The goalkeeper comes up like a final boss. The box becomes a war zone of shoves, blocks, and bodies falling over like dominoes. It's ugly because it feels like cheating. Like a team found a loophole in football and decided to live there. And it works because set pieces are repeatable. You can train them. You can perfect them. You can turn randomness into routine. The risk, if the referee doesn't give you those fouls, you're out of ideas. And if the opponent scores first, now you have to chase the game in open play. But don't worry, ugly football always has a final form. The style that doesn't just defend, it drags you down with it. Suffer ball. Suffer ball is not a tactic, it's a mindset. This is when a team embraces pain. They don't just accept pressure, they invite it. They defend deep, fight for every duel, celebrate throw-ins like goals, and treat every clearance like a heroic act. The match becomes trench warfare. Every second is a battle. Every tackle is personal. And the reason it works is psychological. Because the opponent starts feeling entitled. They start thinking, we have to score. And that pressure is poison. Sufferball teams don't panic. They wait for the moment you overcommit, lose your structure, and hand them space like a gift. Then they hit you with one counterattack, one set piece, one rebound, and the whole stadium goes quiet. The ugly part is that it turns football into endurance. Not skill, not beauty, just survival, and yet it wins. Over and over again, because football doesn't reward the prettiest team. It rewards the team that suffers best, adapts fastest, and breaks the game when it needs to. So yeah, ugly playstyles are painful to watch, but if you hate them, that probably means they're working.